Hello, this is Joanne Ewing from Reaching Unlimited, and I am so excited to be here with you guys. Garrett said she was having thunderstorms, so if you guys see comments going on before, I don't know if you can see it when I see it, but anyway, hi Cassandra. Um, I really wanted to just come and play tonight and talk about whatever. One of the things I wanted to talk about quickly, but not very long while more people are coming on, because I do want to do readings and play today. I don't really want to get too deep. But over the past couple of days, I've been doing a lot of more coaching calls. And in the coaching calls, what I've been dealing with is that age old, horrible thing of narcissistic behavior. And what really struck me about it was that because I came out of a narcissistic relationship very deeply and very it had a big impact on my life and took me quite a bit to understand it and come out of it, and I'm still dealing with it at some levels. I'm still working with the mental kind of damage that that can create. But it's really been interesting in the past 2 days that I've had three people that were all dealing with this as well. And as a lot of you know, I've been helping and working with my daughter who's come out of one as well. And it can be really jarring and shaking to your whole system when you realize that you've got a narcissist that is in your life. And a lot of the questions that I get asked when I'm working with someone is how do we pinpoint them out? How do we know we're in that kind of relationship, and what do we do to get out of that? And there's a lot of things that you can do, and one of the biggest things is to educate yourself on this topic, because it's really scary how many people are in those kinds of relationships and how many people are that way. It seems like I don't know if it's just because we're understanding it more that it's getting to be more prevalent, or if it's always been that way. And, again, we just didn't know it, or if it really is something that's growing, something that's happening in our society. It was interesting. I wanted to know the statistics between men and women, because when I first started my journey trying to understand it, it was more men than women. And I think most of the statistics come back at more men than women. But in what I was reading today, it's pretty even, and that it's a lot more prevalent than what we actually know. But the thing about it though is that we can't walk in fear of being in that kind of relationship. But if we can prepare ourselves to know what to look for and to know how to handle it, then that's really the biggest thing that we need to do, is really educate ourselves. Hi, Lisa. I've got my team here, Lisa and Cassandra. I'm doing readings. Hi, Stephanie. I am going to be doing readings. I hope Harriet will come back on, because I did an auragraph for two people, and one of them was her specifically. The other one, I don't know who it goes to. The Spirit's going to have to lead me in that way. So we'll figure that out as we go along. But I am going to do card readings, but some of the things that I wanted to say though about being in a narcissistic relationship is a lot of times there's something off before you continue in that relationship. And one of the things that is really important is that you trust your inner guidance system. But when you're in a relationship with someone who is making you feel bad, is making you feel less than your self-worth, making your self-worth go down, and they're very much all about them. They're very much all about how great they are. And the thing about narcissists is they come in a big package. There's many different degrees of narcissistic behavior, coming from very malignant to a COVID narcissist, which I was in a relationship with a COVID, and they tend to work with your mind. They tend to make you doubt yourself, they both make you doubt yourself, and they both make your self-worth go right out the window. But they're more of a mind kind of narcissist, and they're really good at making you feel like you're the problem. Malignant, which would be the other end of the spectrum, would be someone who would be violent and belittling and making you feel like you weren't worthwhile that way. So you would not only have the emotional, but you would also have the physical part of it as well. And the other thing that I've noticed with both of them is they lack any empathy. it's always about them or how bad they're doing or how bad they feel. One of the things that will also happen is that they'll say something, but they won't follow through with it. They'll always like make you feel like they're going to be there for you or follow through with something, and yet they won't. And they really don't have that sense of being there for somebody else because it's all about them. They're entitled. They have a big sense of entitlement. The world is there for them, and the world's there to, excuse me, my voice is going. This is not good. I'm just starting. Um, I'll get back to you on that, Stephanie. I can, and I do a lot of cold mediumship readings. I don't particularly like them because it's always, the power just builds so much better when you can hear somebody's voice. But I will get back to you on that question. Good question. I will get back to you on that. And yes, I can connect to your grandmother. I didn't really plan on doing mediumship tonight. The other thing about a narcissist, this is the last thing that we're going to go on, is they tend to have a very fragile self-esteem. So if you buck up against them, they don't want you to buck up against them. They're not going to tolerate that. And you're going to be hurting their feelings, and they're going to let you know that. So what I really wanted to talk about, because it's been so in my energy lately, I don't know if it's because I'm learning about that and I'm really educating myself on that. I'm actually going to write an ebook that I started this morning about it, because it's something that a lot of people don't even know about. And all of us have kind of this narcissistic kind of mentality to some degree, because we're human beings and we need to survive and think and live our lives. But it's not really a narcissistic behavior, because we never get past that. We do have that maybe grandiose opinion of ourselves from time to time, or we do tend to be, I don't know, elaborate or really needing that attention from time to time, but that's not how we live our life. So when you have somebody who's doing the majority of that, that's when you need to be really questioning yourself. So if you're starting to feel bad or distant from people, or you're feeling like you're not worthwhile anymore, then you need to stop and talk to a trusted friend and find out what's going on and what they perceive. So because I've just had so many readings in this arena, I really wanted to touch bases on that. So let's see. Hi, Melanie. So I am going to do card readings. I am doing an open card reading. I'm not going to have a theme today for as long as my voice, who is now all of a sudden deciding to not work, works. And for somebody, I did a auragraph that I'm going to read from, which is fun to do. I haven't done auragraphs in a long time. I really like the alcoholic auragraphs better, but I wanted to do the butterfly one. And so I have that sitting in front of me, which I'm not going to show you yet because I'm not sure who it goes to yet. But I am going to do that. And I'm only going to have one question. There's only 3 of you here. So Stephanie, maybe what I'll do is, if you're open to it, is just have you come live and do the reading that way. So Cassandra, you were first. What's your question, Cassandra? Then Lisa, you're next. And I don't guarantee I'm going to do it in order because I don't have my partner here to keep me in line. But there's only 4 of you here now. I don't know. There's 3 of you here, but there's 4 names here. Do you have a question, Cassandra? And Lisa, you would be next. Do you have a question? I'll come to you after Stephanie. Right now I have Cassandra. You don't? Well then, we'll see what Spirit wants to tell you then, if you don't have a specific question. What does Spirit want to tell Cassandra? What is going on in Cassandra's energy? Got the chills. Mm. Okay, it's glasses time. Okay. Well, I know, um, in honesty, I know Cassandra, so I know what's going on with her, but you are definitely opening up to new, really new, a whole new you is what I feel like this is saying. Not that you lose your old self, but this is about um, really changing and coming into your own. The thing about it is that as you start opening up more and seeing more options and opportunities in front of you, it's not that in this newness you're going to change from who you are, but you're going to magnify who you are. This is what the morphosis I feel like is more about. It's about adding to and deepening what you already have and what you already know. Okay, Lisa, I'll just do a general for you too. Um, but it also too, though, it's almost like a reconnecting back to your soul, a reconnecting back to self and understanding more of who you are, which I think as you go through this summer and you experience the things that you're going to experience in the summer, I feel like that's going to open you up to new beginnings, new ways of moving forward, new understandings about more deeply who you are and what you want. And in that, it's really going to open you up into a new direction. So I do see that coming for you. It's so funny. This is funny. So when I said that, what I saw was a horse path and taking that path that is less traveled. So you're going to be going down a road that's less traveled, one that you have not traveled before. And it's going to give you that confidence and that fortitude to be able to keep moving. I think you're going to come out of this slump or out of this stagnant energy that you've been in, and you're going to, I'm trying to break that habit. You're going to open up into this really beautiful new direction. I actually feel like I haven't felt this with you, Cassandra, yet lately or at all. I feel like you're actually going to be making a move. I do feel a move in your future, which is really interesting, which will be fun. So yeah, you got good things coming. Good things coming towards you. Which I could feel that as the energy was building. It was like excitement and anticipation and newness. Okay, Lisa. Ooh, I want to use these cards for you. Okay, Lisa, what does Spirit want to tell you? What does Spirit want to tell you? And tell me, Stephanie, if you want me to share the link with you. I know it feels good for you. There's only 4 of you stay here. I'm going to do 2 readings for you guys. Lisa, I see busyness in your future, Lisa. I see real busyness in your future. I know you're busy, but I feel like you're going to be busier. Are you having family coming to visit you? I'm seeing family members of some sort coming to visit you. Hi, Patty. What does mean? I see family. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's going to be fun. That's what the busyness is the family coming to visit. Mother-in-law? I'm hearing mother-in-law. What can you expect? It doesn't feel bad, but it does feel challenging and it does feel stressful. And you're really going to have to, you're really going to have to, your emotions, you're really, okay. Yeah, that's what I see. You're going to have to really keep your emotions in check. I don't feel like she is necessarily a pain, but she's high maintenance. I feel like, for you, she's high maintenance for you is what I feel like. You're really going to have to keep your wits about you. You're really going to have to keep your emotions in check and stay calm because this feels like it's going to be what it is. And you're just going to have to step through it because it's really, you're going to have to control the situation and the narratives though. Because I do feel like things can go a little bit off kilter. So you're going to have to really control almost like the overseer of everybody. But I think you do that anyway, all the time, is what it feels like in this particular relationship. Um, because you have the power to be able to all the battles, the whatever the situation is, you have that within you to be able to almost perceive it or catch it before it happens and be able to get it in line. So I don't feel like it's going to be too much for you to handle, but I do feel like you're going to have to really take a lot of breaths, a lot of walks, and because I don't. It's funny. So Lisa, I feel like with your this family, because it's not just her that's coming. There's more that I feel is coming with her. Um, that you are a pro at being able to maneuver. Like I feel like you know the ropes, but I feel like there's something that is going to come up that is going to challenge you a little more than you may be anticipating. Is what I feel like. That's what it feels like in the energy. Um, yeah, you're going to have to keep that balance. And because, I feel like it's really important for the family. And, I feel like this is really important to your husband as well. And this spending this family time, I feel like it's going to be a really important time. And really, I feel like the thing about it is that's going to bring a lot more connection and love. And this feels like whatever happens, whatever this little, I don't feel like it's a big hump, but kind of like a little bit of a situation is going to bring you and your husband together for some reason. I'm not sure what that is, but that's what I'm seeing. Ooh, is there a baby coming in your family, Lisa? Is there a new baby coming? Do you know of? I'm getting a new family member coming. Is that new family member coming from you? I'm sorry. I don't know if that's not that you're aware of. Oh, I'm feeling a baby. I really am feeling a baby. Interesting. Okay. So let me see. I have to do this in order. Okay, Stephanie, I haven't heard from you. So I don't know if you want to come on and I can read for your grandma. You have to be really fast on the typing if you want me just to give it a shot cold turkey like this, although I'm getting better and stronger at that. So you're going to have to tell me what you want to do. I'm going to wait. I need to, did I bring this? Hold on. I want to verify something with you, Lisa. I want to know because I feel a baby. Is there somebody that can have a baby? Let's see. Baby for Lisa. Okay, I'm not hearing from Stephanie, so I'm going to go on to Melanie. I'm sorry, I shifted my energy to Stephanie and Melanie. What was your yes for? I'm sorry, I asked you the question. Somebody's having a baby. We're going to have to talk about this. I'm feeling joy and happiness and whatever in the family. Yeah. My yes, no cards say yes, baby. Yes. Well, okay, keep us up to date. I'm feeling a baby. Baby in the making there. Oh, that's funny. I didn't mean that. Okay, Melanie, do you have a question? Do you have something you want to ask? I want to talk to you about this. We're going to have to talk about this. Yes on baby. Yeah, on baby. Okay, Melanie, I'm not hearing from you, so I'm going to do a general reading for you. Let's see. let's get these cards. Oh, Perrette. You know, I said it all day and I was fine. And now I'm going to say it here and I'm not going to say it right. She warned me that I need to stop using my naughty cards to the fullest extent that I can. Anything. Okay. I'll just see what's going on in your energy. See what spirit wants to tell you. I feel a man in your energy. Hi, Marsha. You have to ask me a question, Marsha. I get to play now. I mean, we always play, but I'm not doing my own live. I'm doing readings today. Okay, Melanie. I'm feeling a very strong... You have one or you want one? Melanie. Okay, Melanie. What does spirit want to tell Melanie? So I'm feeling a man in your life, Melanie, and I'm feeling like there's a challenge or something that's going on. It feels like it would be connected to this particular man. And that in this particular situation, it feels to me that there's lessons that are being learned for you. Like, it's keep your mind open. Don't get too like drawn into it, but keep your mind open, because it feels like it's important for you to be able to have an open heart and open mind, to be able to see, hi, Jacqueline, what's going on. It's about you're just really defining yourself in, it feels like a relationship. And I don't feel like it's necessarily a romantic one, but it's defining and trusting and believing and moving forward with self through this relationship, through this experience, because there are challenges that are coming through it. There's challenges, and I almost feel like there's almost a refusal to be able to move forward, or a refusal to, I don't mean in the way like you're being stubborn, but the word refusal seems to be important, because it feels like, I almost feel like this is like a karmic thing. This is like a life changing direction or understanding. It's not direction. It's an understanding within yourself and how you work with other people. So even if it's not just this one person, I feel like this one person may trigger you to go back into the depths of who you are, to say, okay, I'm bigger than this, or I can maneuver in this other way. Oh, yeah. This is going to define you. This is your defining moment. You're going to come into your own through this process. This feels really, because you're building and birthing a new you. You're birthing a whole new way of looking and seeing at you, your life, your loves, your passions, your joys, the things that you want to do, the things you don't want to do. And some of the things you were doing, you don't want to do anymore. So it's like you're walking into this newness, and it really is about following your intuition, that flame, because you have a flame, a very strong flame within you that guides you and directs you. So it's really about following that flame. I thought maybe I had read that wrong. It's really about following that flame. But the thing is that you're just going to come out of it just beautifully. So just keep moving forward. Don't get discouraged about anything, because, you're going through a lot right now, and there's going to be a lot of change, influx. I feel like there's a lot of movement in all aspects of your life, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Every part of your life is being affected by this influx of energy, and how this energy is going to help catapult you and move you into another direction. So just keep breathing, keep doing your meditation, keep doing the things that bring you grounded and bring you back to self. And you're going to get through this. But through the other side of this, you are going to be a completely different person, and you're going to be a much happier person. I feel like you're not like, I feel you're pretty good in that way anyway. I feel like you're pretty even keeled in your emotions, but you're going to be even more, I want to say in love with self is what I want to say. Like you're going to be more in love with self. Good. Yeah, you're just going to come out of this. You and Cassandra, man, you have some great things going forward for you, for sure. Like a whole new direction, a whole new way of going. Okay, let's see. So Stephanie's not here. So Stephanie, you're here. Just let me know and I'll come back to you if you had to step away or something. I don't want to not say hi to your grandmother, but it's better if we did it live. I would love to do that anyway. Okay, so let's see. Coming back to this, I guess Pat, do you have a question, Pat? You would be next. And if I miss you, please let me know. I don't want to miss anybody. Okay, Pat, do you have a question? And after Pat would be Marcia. So Marcia, let me know if you have a question. Yeah. You're going to come out of that dark place. It really is going to be pretty much a whole new life for you. And I feel like there could be some, we all go through those challenges as we adjust, but you're really going to pretty easily go into this next phase and put that all behind you, because it did feel very constrictive and it felt very laborsome is what I want to say. It felt like a laborsome relationship, but you're going to come out of it. A general reading? Okay, Pat. Let's see. I think you need these cards. Okay, Pat. What does Pat need to know? Do you know what you should do, Melanie? Is you should journal a lot. I think you probably do that, but don't let that go. Journal a lot, because I feel like if you journal, that you're going to be able to come back to certain aspects of this change. It's metamorphing into this beautiful butterfly. Okay, I know who this is for now. As you keep doing that, then it's going to be really helpful for you at some point to be able to go back and see where you came from and where you're going. That feels really important, because even though you're going to go up and it's going to get better, it's still going to have its dips to it. You still have some dips that you're going to have to deal with. Hi, Kylie. Okay, Marcia. Do you want me to do a card reading on that, or do you just want me to tell you from my intuition on that question? I'll do both. I can guarantee you both will happen. Pat. Aw. But why? You got something going on. That's what I see. So the first thing that I see for you, Pat, is really, to me, this is about not just surrounding yourself with love, but surrounding yourself with people who support you and love you. That feels like it's really, really important right now, is for you to have your peeps. And I don't mean just the people. I don't mean people that are like, passerbyers kind of people, but your people. You need your people to be with you. and really support you. I don't see a big problem that you're dealing with, but there is something that is holding you back, something that you are worried about, or something that you're not sure how it's going to go. But it is about you right now. The feeling that I have is about you honoring and celebrating who you are. Like that seems to be important. And it's not about, oh, just go within and, self-love. This is about you really connecting back to yourself and really coming back to who you are. This feels really, it feels like there's some change or something that's going on, where you're like, I don't want to say that you're off or you don't know what to do, but this is it feels like it's something new or something that you haven't experienced before that's making you maybe doubt who you are, the direction you're going. I don't know if you can understand that, but I feel like this is a part of what you're going through right now, is really going inward and having those people around you that are your people and trusting them and being able to really like slay whatever it is. Go back into that. This is all about fall, right? The things that fall away. You've got the leaves that fall down, the stories that don't no longer matter to you, the bickering or the fighting that no longer works for you. It's that kind of feeling I have, that you're moving forward into something else and changing the way that you see people. And it's going to be important. Wow, that was interesting. Your knees holding you back. You're going to get through it. This is your falling away. It's falling away from the belief systems that you. This is why having your people around you, and again, this is about not overthinking it. It's not about trying to understand it or figuring it out. This is about you actually just moving forward with the support of the people that are. Oh, okay. Well, I'll pull a card on that. Because okay, well, this starting the revolution, this is like, where to go, how to proceed. The problem is that you're overthinking it. You're not trusting the forward motion. This is where your friends will really come into play, right? They're going to help you to be that balance and be able to, okay, I can do this or I can do that. Like right now, all know Marsha and I talk a lot. So Marsha is always on the phone with me about what direction I should go and not go, because we need that. It's not that somebody tells you what to do. It's helping you to understand what to do or what feels right to you. Like when Marsha tells me something, I'm just going to tattle on you, Marsha. When Marsha tells me something that doesn't resonate with me, I feel it. It's like, "Argh!" But when she's telling me something that I don't want to hear, that's a different feeling. It's like, wait, no. So understand that body language within yourself, because your friends are really important to you and they're going to help you move forward. But you don't really have a choice. So when it comes to your knee issue, and which could potentially be holding you back physically, as you said, as well as emotionally, our body does tell us, with the aches and the pains that we have, what we need to pay attention to and what's going on. So definitely have to listen to that. But as for the move actually, Patty, feels good. You're going to a whole new place, it feels like. I'm feeling warmer, but then I feel cold. So I'm not sure that you're going to an overall warmer place, but the move, leaving where you are to go to somewhere new, feels good in your energy. Oh, Perrette, you're back. Don't go anywhere. Don't let your internet stop. I have something for you. Okay. Well, let's do the move, and then I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just asking for guidance from the cards of what to expect on the knee thing. The move. What about the move? Okay, let's do the knee issue. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. I am not giving medical advice. I am not a doctor. And that's something in the Midwest. Yeah, it feels like it gets warm and then cold. But that's not where you're living now. That feels like it's separate, different, in a different place, like a totally different location, correct? Yeah, you're holding yourself back from the move. You are holding yourself back. You've got a lot of emotions connected to this, and you're not really seeing all options because you're too close to it. You're too much involved with the emotional part of, I'm on your pet. I'm there. I'm wanting to move and I need to go be next to my girls and I want to do all this. And I'm like, but I love my house. I love where I'm at. I'm comfortable here, blah, 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 blah. And when we have to pack everything up and move, it's like, why? I like it here. That's what you're going through. But the move actually feels like it's a good move for you, that it would open you up. Your challenge is going to be to get through that emotional part of it. Because once you get through the emotional part of it, then that's when you're going to open up and go, okay, now I know exactly what I'm going to do. And I know exactly how I'm going to do it. And I'm going to take the steps forward to do that. Now it's when we start holding back. Sorry, my phone did something. When we start holding back, it's because we're doubtful or we're not completely at peace with the idea. So that's where you have to get, but that's what I'm talking about, about having your friends around and having them to support you, because they're going to help you to have that open mind and to make a decision that's actually going to be better for you in the long run. So that's what's important with that. So that was the move. Hold on. Okay. Now, when it comes to the knee thing, it's scary to go through something like that, but I feel like what the spiritual world is telling you is that you have enough people around you that know what they're talking about and know that and I feel like you had doctors and also somebody else, a friend of yours or somebody who knows kind of about this stuff. It's a long recovery is what I'm hearing. So it's about being able to have everything set up to get through that recovery period. But when it comes to the actual other side, you're going to be so much freer and you're going to be so much happier. And there's fear that's leading up to it, which is rightfully so. Who is not going to have fear? But when you get to the other side, you're going to have a lot more freedom than what you have now. It feels like it would be a good thing for you on the surface. You, though, are the one, it's just like the whole thing about moving, right? It's got all that emotional stuff behind it. And you're comfortable where you're at. So when you're comfortable where you're at, why would you do something different? I'm totally on board with that one. But you have to be able to trust. And I do feel like you have a man around you. I feel I don't know, he's close to you and he has knowledge in this. And I feel like that's someone who you can trust that advice. What I do also hear though, is that anything when it comes to surgical kind of situations, you never know how something's going to turn out. So you are the only one that can make this decision for you. But if you gather the information, I feel like it's going to help to bring you peace, and the other side of it, then you're going to be happy about it, because it feels like it's just going to give you a lot more mobility, is what I want to say with that. But you have two things that are really dealing with that emotional challenge. It's the move and also the knee thing. Those are two big things that you're dealing with at the same time. And that's, again, why I think the friendship card came out really quickly, or right at the beginning, because that's who you need to rely on, because we can be our own worst enemy when it comes for us to be able to make decisions that are hard to make, or when we feel comfortable where we're at. Okay, sorry. I'm hearing Marcia in my head right now. Okay, good luck. Oh, good. I know you're going to do the right thing, though. I can feel in the energy, whichever way you go. I'm not going to say which way it is, but you're going to do the right thing, because I think that you already know what is the right thing. Okay, I got to go back to Marcia's question. Okay, Marcia. Let's see. How best can I better connect with spirit and trust? When you figure out the trust part, let us all know. because we'd all like to know how we could better do that. That's what I think. Okay, let's see. Which cards do I want for you? Oh, look what came up. Ooh, right on the bottom. Ooh, are you fooling yourself? Do you have more trust than what you know, Marcia? Oh, thank you for telling me you're here. I just assumed you were. My candles are not burning. My candle just went out. Okay, Marcia. Better connect with spirit and trust. Well, the first thing I'm hearing for you, Marcia, is give yourself a break. And I know what you're going to say on that one, but do it anyway. Give yourself a break. This is a good question for everybody, because our connection with spirit is only as good as we make it. So meaning if we don't spend time with spirit, then we're not going to have a close relationship with spirit. Does not mean that spirit is not there. And it does not mean that spirit does not help us. And it does not mean that spirit doesn't hear us. But our connection and our belief system tends to be a little more difficult when we're not in that close connection with spirit. So I do feel like that is the number one thing that I'm hearing for you, for all of us, not just for you, for all of us. And it's about timing. Timing is really important, because we can feel like, I don't have the time, but know that spirit is always going to be there. But the interesting thing about that, and what I'm seeing in the energy, is that we can know that spirit's always going to be there for us. But when we're in a hurry and we're not taking time for spirit, then we're in a hurry. You know how when you're in a hurry and you drop things, or you knock something, or you whatever, you're not paying attention? That's what they're showing me. So when we're in a hurry, when we're not taking the time to acknowledge that spirit is there, or acknowledge that spirit's a part of our life, or spending that time in whatever our thing is with spirit, then it's not that they're not there. It's that we're in a hurry. So we're not seeing them or feeling them or believing them, because we're too much in our own forward motion of whatever is important. And a lot of us in our life right now, there's a lot going on. And so we can easily go off target based on that. So it really is about that connection that we always have, and knowing and being aware of that connection that we always have with spirit. But even if you take those few moments in the day, and this isn't your reading, I'm going on a lecture now. Sorry. You go back into your heart space and you breathe into your heart space, connecting with spirit. Even if you just do that a few times a day, it still has that cord, that link to spirit, to know that spirit is going to be there and guide you. So now we'll see what the cards have to say. I told you were going to get both. I could feel it coming. Oh, Marcia, you're not abandoned. Well, I just answered all of that, because you're not abandoned. You're not abandoned. I know that it feels that way. Sometimes in our life, and Marcia knows that I've had this conversation with her, because sometimes we can feel abandoned when things just don't seem fair, or when things feel too hard, or we just feel lost. And we do get to that point sometimes. And I feel like, it's always us. It's always our separation, right? She's saying, hallelujah, amen, sister. Yes, you did. We separate ourselves from spirit because we are overwhelmed. It goes back to Patty, right? And trying to have that emotional connection to moving, and whether it be the right thing or the wrong thing. It's a different thing than what you're going through, but it's having that same doubt and fear of being able to move forward, or can I move forward? I'm in that boat. Is spirit going to be there? Is spirit going to catch me when I fall, or if I fall, or am I going to fall? We always have that, but spirit is never abandoning us. That's the thing, is we have to understand that our mental mind is what takes us away from spirit. When we're doing mediumship, it's our mental mind that keeps us from getting names, streets, favorite things, whatever it is. It's our mental mind. When we go into it as we are connecting and blending with spirit, that's when this information comes to us without even thinking about it. It's funny that yesterday or the day before, I did a circle, and I always like to. You're all going to be surprised. I've said it before. I steer away from names. I know that's funny. I laugh at it too. But I was like, okay. I went in that morning going, you know what? You steer away from names because you believe you should steer away from names. So, I think I don't know, I was talking about this where you have this thing where you get some information, you're like, no, but it's this or but it's that because your mind is in the way, but it's this or, oh, wait a minute, I'm too close to it. So I can't believe it because I'm making it up. We go through this whole chatter, this whole dialogue within our mind because that's the mental mind. So I was like, whatever, I don't care. And I went right in with the name, the nickname, and pretty dang close to where they lived. And it was because I just, okay, I'm not going to be in my mental mind. But we do that all the time. And that's why we feel abandoned because we either have fear or we have our mental mind overworking to the why or the what's going on or how do I handle this? Will it ever change? This is my boat. Will it ever change? Will things ever get better? We do that within our own mind. But let's see what Spirit says now. I'm sorry, I'm pulling cards. I am pulling cards for you now, Marcia. Oh, okay. Oh, well, Marcia, I don't know if I can do this reading for you. I may have to do it later. I'll try. I may have to do it later. Oh, okay. Ugh, okay. Okay. So for you, Marcia, the Spirit wants to tell you now that I said all that is it really is about our thought process, our fighting the world, our wanting to understand it, or having this idea of what should be. It's fighting ourselves. It's that push that we have. And when especially when things don't seem fair, things don't seem right, we push against it. I'm totally on board with that one. You know me, I'm always pushing against it. But why? This is not right, whatever. But yet you're going to love this one. It's the appreciation of the experience, which we can't wrap our head around. There's no way you can wrap your head around appreciating, and I can hear you now, so just stop it. Appreciating what's going on in your life. Who's going to appreciate that? No, it's not okay. But it's a part of it's like this heart thing that we're doing. And today when I was walking, I have a heart that I probably will share it tomorrow. I'm not sure yet, but I was walking. And what I had noticed is that when I would come on to something where there's a heart, I would see the heart, but as I got to another angle, I wouldn't. And it really intrigued me. So I was walking and there was this big heart. It was big. And I'd not noticed it before. I take the same path. I go different ways, but I take the same path. And I saw this big heart. And it was funny because I thought, all things can make the one. So you can have what looks to be a heart, but when you come up to it, it's two different things. And that's what it was. It was two different rocks from afar. It made a heart. And there was a branch that made the point of the inside of the heart. When I got up to the rock, it was two rocks that were far apart from each other. But from my view, I could see the heart. And that's what the appreciation is, right? It's about, we don't always see what's going on and stop it right now. We don't always see what's going on, but we have to appreciate the process that we're going through, and it sucks. There's no way around that. This is what you want. This is what we all want, is to have this happy family, to be one and in community, and to have the joy that we have always experienced and what's in our past. And yet our heart is broken. It doesn't always turn out that way. And that's the hardest part of what we're having to deal with as we maneuver in our life, is that things don't always go the way that they used to go. Things fall apart from time to time. And yet we have to move forward because everything that we experience has some value or has some point to why we're here. And trusting that is really, it's the fifth chakra. The Archangel Gabriel is wanting to comfort you. And so what I would do now, I think, is your main question. I'll read what you said in a minute. The main question is, how do you get through this? How do you get through it and have that connection with spirit and not be mad or feel like, where did it all go? Why do I have to have a broken heart? Why can't my family be whole? And why can't we just why are we here? Why are we even living this life when we're having all this shit going on? Excuse me, YouTube. But it really comes back to they're always with us. They're always supporting us. And sometimes that's really hard for us to remember. It's really hard for us to wrap our head around, but yet it always comes forward for us, right? The blessings are always there. At some point, there's always a reprieve of some sort, and it's finding those reprieves. It's an abundance. We always have an abundance. It just doesn't feel like it. So how you, that's funny, how you have trust is patience. It's just being patient with yourself because you are connected to spirit. I know you, and I know you are, and I know it's tough, but you're always connected to spirit, and spirit will always be there for you, even when we feel abandoned and get mad at feeling abandoned, get mad at the situation, get mad that things aren't better. They understand that. And the beauty about that is they have patience with us and they love us. Even though they know that we're going through a bunch of shit and we feel like crap, and we said to them, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done. I don't know how many times I said that. This isn't fair. We've done that. When is it going to get better? We've all done that. But they're always there. No matter what, they never leave us. They never forsake us. What noises? Are you meaning all my inner dialogue? Is that the noises? I hope that helps for everybody, because really, Marcia's not alone. We all feel that way from time to time. Let's go back to Madeline, and what she's going through. We all feel that way from time to time. What's the well, that's the best I could do for you right now. Oh my gosh. It's hard. I get it. Okay. That was a lecture for everybody, I think. Okay. Where am I back to? Way, way back. Okay. Let's see. Who all is here? Jacqueline, are you here still? And then Lily. Jacqueline and Lily. And Stephanie, if you're here, let me know. I feel bad. I think I scared Stephanie off. Okay. Oh. Really? What am I doing when I'm pulling cards? I'm sorry, you guys. I can't help it. I'm mad at my phone. My phone keeps is making noises, and I need the phone. I'm expecting a package, and I have to answer my door. Anyway, okay, Lily is here. Yeah, Bobby, absolutely. Brush off the ego. The ego's hard for us to brush off sometimes, though, when things are really tough. It can be really difficult. I don't know about you, but I was thinking that today. I was thinking about some people that I have followed from the beginning when they were just, small or whatever. And the bigger that they get, the more ego that they get. And what's interesting about it is I don't think they actually know that their ego is getting big because they're kind of growing with it, I guess. I don't know. I was really pondering that. Oh, sorry. What noise am I making? I have my little thingy here. I don't know. What does it sound like? Lily. What is your question, Lily? Do you have a question? And Jacqueline? Jacqueline, if you're here, if you have a question. If not, Jacqueline, you're here. Do you have a question, Jacqueline? Yeah, of course. What? What's your question? Lily, what is your question? Or do you just want a general reading, Lily? What cards are calling for Lily? I think these. Well, you could just put that my age right out the window. Everybody is open for a relationship. Let me look into your energy. I don't want to use those cards for that. Well, the first thing I see in your energy, Lily, is that you're afraid, which is a part of your problem because you're putting off this. It's funny because you're afraid with curiosity is what I see. Oh, you guys are hearing when I'm shuffling, aren't you? Is that what you're hearing when I'm shuffling? Oh, no, I like that question. Let's see what Spirit has to tell you. In fact, these aren't good cards for that. I like that question. I like it. Let me see. Oh, you're going to send me off on another tangent, Jacqueline. I went on the tangent with Marcia. Now you're going to send me on another one. That's a big question. Hi, Frankie. Okay, Lily. Another relationship for Lily at her age. Lily, Lily, I do see another relationship. I really do. Oh, but look, this is about you. This is about you. You got to be open to it. See, she's calling out about it. It's like you want it, but yet I don't know if you've been burned to where you feel like you're open for it, but in your energy, I feel like you're also afraid of it. Does that make sense to you, Lily? Oh, well, I'm not stopping that, Marcia or Jacqueline. I can't. Oh, you're here, Stephanie. You came back. I was afraid I had scared you off. Okay, so let's okay, well, I'm going to try with my little but I don't know if I can succeed at that. So I'll do my best. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. You got to listen to the beginning of this. I'm going to start talking more about it. Narcissistic. Oh, don't worry about it. Narcissistic relationships. Yep. I was really inspired to create. I think I'm going to do a workbook and then create a course around it because it's really so prevalent. I'm telling you, in the last 2 days, I've had 3 clients that I've had to work with that. My daughter just came out of it. I'm dealing with that shit too. It's just horrible. Okay, Lily, let me focus back on Lily. Lily. I am focusing on you, but let me go back to spirit, not my head. I do. I just got the chills. I do feel a relationship with you coming. Absolutely. This feels like a sorry. Oh my God. It feels like an older man. I had to laugh at that because of what you said, but it does feel like a really, he feels to me very compassionate. The thing about it is that you have to be really open for it to grow. This new beginning, you have to be open for it because you also have the devil in reverse. To me, it's like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I don't know. You're going to have to really be open to this idea of having this relationship, and which again brought me back to this whole thing about with this one lady when I literally spent so much time with her because she was like, because of my other relationship, I don't trust. I don't know if I can open my heart to that again. And that's why this came through, right? It's about, can you open your heart to having an open relationship, putting this aside to all of the horrible things that came before that, because that's only preventing you from moving forward to have a very loving relationship, because not all people are assholes. There's quite a few of them are, but not all of them are. But it's how you learn how to figure them out, how you learn how to spot them and run as far away as you can. And I'm going to come back to the main thing that I have really concluded with this is about trusting your gut. It's like what I was talking with Marsha, right? It's that inner dialogue. It's trusting that connection with spirit when you get that, oh, no, this feels wrong. And yet we don't believe it. Every person, including myself, including my daughter that I spoke to, said, I had a red flag and I didn't listen to it. I knew it was not going to be good and I didn't listen to it. I knew when I was walking down the aisle that I should have run the other way as fast as I could and not looked back. And I didn't listen to it. That's the thing. And what I've talked about before about women coming together and supporting each other instead of all these people I talk to that are like, wait, why are you going? Don't do that. Pay attention to the energy of that person. If you feel bad, if they're making you feel insecure, if they're overpowering you, if they're not listening to you, if it's all about them, if they're being self-serving, run. Anyway, hence I go off target. Told you I would. I will, Frankie. I'll pull cards for you. But this is about you allowing that in, allowing that relationship to flourish in its natural way, and really being open to really not resisting it. This is about, you could be here where you're like accepting it. It's all coming towards me, but you have this wall of saying, no, I'm going to push it off because I'm not ready for it, which really goes back into, you have to let it go. Just let it all go. Let all the past go and know that you've healed from that. You've done your work from that. You still have more to do. But the part that's more to do now is to be in a relationship that you can trust. And everybody who knows me, if you've listened to any of my past lives or whatever, I've always said I'm never getting married again. Not happening. No, thank you. No way. But that's closing off to what spirit has in store for the future potentially for us, right? When we're saying, no, I'm not going to do it, then what does spirit do? Okay, well, fine, you're not going to do it. So don't run from it. You can't be so mental about it. You can't be so in your head of mentally trying to understand it or thinking about it. You have to be open from the heart to allowing it to happen, to allowing that relationship to flourish. Because I really do feel like you have one coming. And you have to be ready for it. So you're going to have to do some hard work to be able to release the past, bury it. You may even want to do that where you actually have some kind of ceremonial burial from that relationship and the harm that it did, the lessons that you learned, you want to learn from, and then bury the rest. And, symbolically bury that. That relationship is done. That relationship is gone. And now it's time for you to go and have a new one. And open up to new beginnings. So that's what I get. Okay, Jacqueline. Thank you, Jacqueline, for being my little moderator here, telling me what's going on. Okay, Jacqueline, let's go to you. What cards do I want for you? Well, Jacqueline, you know what? Hold on for just a second. There you are. I'm just going to dive into this. All right. This is for Jacqueline. What I really felt, and I was really inspired about this looking like a literal butterfly, like taking your wings and flying and trusting that you're no longer a caterpillar and you're no longer crawling on the ground, that you have this ability to fly. And to me, I don't know if you can see it. Do you see the face in here? Do you see the eyes and the nose and the mouth? This to me is very interesting because this is like, to me, it feels like radar. Like I can actually put out my little radar because you are intuitive, you have this sensitivity, putting it out. And what really is beautiful about it is you have what is like an aura around you. I can't do this backwards, but an aura around you, being open to the wisdom and the conversations from spirit as you are connected to them, of saying, if not me, who? If I'm not here, why? I mean, it's like it's all open to you. It's all right there. But yet you have it. What really is amazing to me too, though, is in this core, it's almost like a tailbone. I don't know why it just comes to me, but there's a tailbone here, and it's right in your solar plex area. So it's having that confidence to be able to move forward, even though you're afraid to do it. Because what a tailbone's like, you got to have that strength to be able to move forward and move forward. It holds you up, and it's that strength, and it's in your solar plex. So it's like, I can do this. I can move forward. I can believe in myself. I can move forward because I'm worthy of doing it, which is really the whole thing about the butterfly. The other thing is, what really struck me interesting is about these two black areas, and they're almost like wings, right? It almost looks like wings to like a eagle or I don't know, a very powerful. There's a lot of power in that part of the butterfly, which you have that power. But yet, and I could totally get this because I'm like, oh God, nobody wants to see me. Nobody wants to, it's just like, you just do it anyway, because why not? You know what I mean? You're being you, but you have power behind you that you're hiding, that you've got all this beautiful pink and orange and blue and all this energy around you. And here, these two little black areas are just sitting there, and they're not moving. They're just waiting for you to be able to call on them and say, okay, let's go. I can do this now, because you have a lot behind you, but it's the dialogue that you have going on in your head. That's what's holding you back, is that dialogue. Hi, Bobby. I hope that's a nice awe. The other thing that's very interesting to me is these are your lungs. Wait a minute. There we go. These are your lungs. I can't do it backwards. They're down here, your lungs. And it's which is below what would be whatever we would consider, right, your body, right? It's your lungs that are down here. Your lungs are what gives you air, what gives you life, what gives you hope, it keeps you alive. Your lungs keep you alive. You don't have them, you're in trouble. And yet, I feel like there's still, like, I don't know if you can see it. You have to give me your address and I'll send this to you. But there's like a little Buddha lady in there. And so it's coming out of the old belief system and going into the new belief system. It's about trusting who you are and trusting that you have all that you need. The other thing that's very interesting is there's a lot in here, this part down here, that's interwoven in your DNA, that's there waiting for you to utilize. But you also have, I feel like this would be a grandma right here. There's a grandma here, and there is a male. Where did he go? You have 3 loved ones in here. I don't see the male right now. I don't see where he went. Where did he go? I'm not seeing him now. But this woman, she's a younger woman now. She's not grandmother. Grandmother was the other one that I saw. This is a younger woman who you were close to. And she's here at the base of your spine, wanting to guide and help you and support you as you move forward. It feels like a friend that I do feel like she would have passed I feel like there was substance abuse or some kind of abuse that she would have, it would have just taken too much of her body. And I just feel like she passed young. And I feel like she just didn't always make but she had this amazing connection with you of love and care and compassion. And I feel like she was a little bit mystic, like she, mystical and magical, is what I feel like. He's here. He hasn't abandoned you. I'm just not seeing him right now. The other thing that is showing me, though, something I find interesting is this dot right here. To me, is like, oh, good. Okay. She's like really a beautiful soul, is what I feel like with her. But she's definitely supporting you at the base of who you are. She's right there at the base of who you are. Um, yeah, he's here. There's another woman, which I think is your grandmother. Um, I can't see her. I can't see either one of their faces right now. It's so funny how you can see them and then they go away. Anyway, uh, there's a whole lot more in here. These two are kind of like um, support. It feels like support for you to be able to kind of like keep you on target, keep you on track, and help you to move forward. I also love the colors because these colors to me feel like, having that compassion and kindness for self, yet being very energetic in the orange and wanting to move forward, to create new things, to create wealth, to create is something I see in here. And this blue to me feels like it's really important in you balancing out, having that calmness within yourself and then knowing when to move forward. So I don't know why you're saying that you're not moving forward, because you're going to. You just need to have the confidence in yourself, and you have the support around you to be able to move forward. You have a lot of motion. You also, are you having some kind of cardiovascular issues, Jacqueline? Something going on with your cardiovascular system or veins, something to do with your veins? Is there something going on with that? Yeah. I don't think it's stability. I don't. I think it's more having confidence in yourself is what it feels like than stability. I feel like you doubt yourself, and maybe you're looking at stability in another way as being kind of a superficial. Okay. You need to be aware of that, because I'm seeing that pretty. I normally, again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Immediately, for some reason, when I do the butterfly auragraphs, I can see health issues. And so, oh yeah, sorry, Stephanie. We have everybody, a lot of people are on YouTube and you're on Facebook. So they're talking from YouTube. So if you want to go over to YouTube, then you'll see what they're saying, but that's how come. I know that gets distracting to people, but because I'm on two different platforms, you don't see all of the comments. But anyway, I do feel like you need to be exercising, drinking a lot of water, and really maintaining good health, because you feels like you've got some sluggishness going on there, and they're really pointing out that as an issue. So pay attention to that. Oh, yeah, you need to really watch that. You need to watch that. Don't let that get away from you. And also, this is I don't know if I finished it. This feels like something malignant. And I don't feel like that's physical, though, so don't go there. But I feel like this is something malignant within your thinking, that there's something within your core of who you are that you're not letting go of, and that you need to let go of because it's not serving you. It needs to let go of it. You need to get rid of it. A belief system, hands down, that you need to just say, I'm done. And this also to me looks like little pom-poms, like cheerleading pom-poms. I don't know about that, about you, but that's what it looks like. Look at the man. There he is. Do you see him? Right here. Here's the man. He just showed himself. I don't know if you can see him. No, you can't see him from there. I don't know if you can see him, but I can see him. Okay, take care of yourself. Send me your email. Send me your address, and I think I have it, but I don't know where. And I'll send you that autograph. And Perrette, are you still here? If you are, let me know, because I have this one for you, which is so pretty and angelic. Oh, good. Okay. Let me go back to Frankie. Did you have a question? Oh, Bobby. I missed you, Bobby. Bobby, if you're still here, let me know. And Frankie, if you have a question, tell me that. I'm going back to make sure I have everybody in order. Oops. Okay. Let's see what the two of you said. Whatever. Okay. Thank you. Yes, I won't forget you, Stephanie. And Bobby, I guess you're not here. So I'm going to do Frankie. And then Bobby, if you're here, put it in there. And then I'll get to Stephanie. Stephanie, would you come on live? If I give you the link, will you come on live so I can talk with you? Frankie. Ooh, I guess these cards really wanted to be used. You're driving. No problem, Frankie. Frankie. What does Spirit want you to know? You're doing really well in your energy, Frankie. I don't know if you feel that way, but you feel like you're doing really well in your energy. You're stronger. I want to say you feel more alive. Not that you were dead before, but I feel like you're more alive. What does Spirit want you to know, Frankie? Are you taking a trip, Frankie? I feel like there's a trip coming for you. Doesn't feel like it's far away, but it does feel like a trip. And if you're questioning it, it feels like it's going to be a good trip. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, you don't have to speak English. You just have to say yes or no. Sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. My inner dialogue is working with Spirit, so I have to do my hums. That's very interesting. Hold on. I need to do one thing. September. Okay. The trip, this actually reading, it looks like it's coming around that trip too. So the trip is something that is going to be significant for you, is what I feel like, Frankie. And I do feel like, I don't know, it feels romantic. Are you going with your boyfriend? This feels romantic. It feels like a romantic situation. Something too that you're and you're driving and you can't talk to me. This is not fair. I want to know now. Hold on, I need to pull another card. I need clarification. I'm going to stick to romantic. Definitely. You're going to be seeing things in a different way too. I think you're going to have some kind of aha moment. You got to let it flow though. You're going to be holding something. I do feel like there's something about family gatherings. Oh, don't pull over. Dog. What is dog for? September. Something to do with dogs is what you're going for. There's something that's coming to you that it's like you've been wanting. This is like a big deal. It's something that you've been wanting to manifest, something you've been wanting to do, something you've been wanting to this is not a small thing. This is something that like a dream that you have that you've been wanting to come into fruition, it feels like. And with that, it's really like your dreams, like your biggest dreams, like dream really even bigger because it's going to come into fruition what you're wanting. This particular thing is it's about the thing about it though is not about just this coming true, even though this feels romantic. Oh, dog training. No, it doesn't feel like that. That's why you're taking the trip though, is for dog training? To learn to do dog training? Oh. That's okay, Stephanie, that's okay. Um, whatever is happening with you, I feel like, Frankie, it's really whatever this dream is, this moving forward is, it really is about you owning okay. It's about you owning it. You owning what it is that you're creating. Because I feel like you got this dream. It's right at your door. And you're good at owning things, but there's something about this that it's something about it that you're not trusting it to hold on to it. And it's not about just holding on to it. It's about holding on to it and make it bigger. Like it's not big enough. You got to make it bigger. You've got to really manifest in your mind the fullness of all aspects that you want. What they're telling you is it's still too small. Go bigger. You need to go bigger and trust that it's going to go bigger. And then just what I love about this is it's kind of going back to what Bobby said about relaxation, right? It's about relaxing into it and not trying to force it or hurry it or rush it. It's about relaxing into it because it's going to unfold. It feels like it's like around that time. So it could be related to what you're going to. Is that this just happens to flow toward, it's almost like you can't stop it. It's a train coming towards you and you can't stop it. Now, there is going to be work to it, though. This isn't about it's just going to be plopped on your lap and you don't get to do anything or have to do anything. There's work involved, but it's having that connection back to soul. Okay, yes, love bigger. I like that. I don't know. I keep feeling romantic. I feel romance in this. I do feel romance coming your way. I know I don't know what's happening with your relationship, but if romance feels really big. But it's about having that wisdom and that balance of being able to see what you want and create it within your own being, knowing it's going to happen, which I feel like you're good at that. That's something that you don't have to learn. That's just something that you have to trust, right? And then the other part of it, though, is really seeing things as they are going to happen. Like you think bigger, trust bigger, go bigger, and know that it's all going to happen is what I feel like. It's all there in right alignment for you. I really feel like it's for you. Whatever's coming your way, it really feels good. I can't go on and on about that. It just feels good. It feels like I feel like this whole summer time is going to be really a blessing for you. But you have to look for the doors. You have to be able to walk through the doors. I know romance will be good for you. I'll give it to you. You do the romance. Yeah, I do feel like it's going to be really beautiful for you. I do feel though that you're going to have to trust. You're going to have to walk, almost like what Jacqueline was saying about procrastination. I don't feel like you're a procrastinator though, but I do feel like you have to take the steps forward. You have to move forward. So that's going to be really important for you, is to trust and move forward and allow it to come to you. Because I feel like it's a good energy coming your way. New beginnings, real good, not like you're going to deviate from where you're at, but you're going to add more to it. So there's new beginnings to that. What do you mean you're out afraid? You're not afraid? Is that what you mean? Yeah, yeah, you're not afraid. You're okay, let me rephrase that. It's not that you're afraid, it's that you are going don't falter. Like, I know you're going to keep moving forward, but I feel like what you're going to do is as things start unfolding for you, that you're going to falter a little bit. Then you're gonna be like, damn, why did I do that? So I feel like it's about just the expansive. I mean, it's very expansive and very open, and you're just going to fall into it. It feels like it feels, again, I'm going to go back to romance. It feels very romantic. The one thing I want to say about the romance part of it, though, I keep feeling on the back end of it every time and oh, I put the card away. But when I'm feeling into it, it's like, don't close your eyes to the things you have to see, though. So there's that caveat between this romance and you know how you get into these fairy tale moments and you're like, I don't want to forget this. It's kind of that kind of moment, but it's still being in tune and being in the reality of what it is that you're doing or what's going on. You know what I mean? It's like, don't put your head in the sand or in the clouds and not pay attention to the logistics of it, but enjoy the moment at the same time. Okay. Feels good. Oh, I can't wait to hear about it. Okay. So let me do Bobby. It was next. Let me do Bobby. Did you have a question? Let me go back to. Oh, well, thank you, Bobby. Did you have a question? You're here listening. Do you just want a general question, Bobby, or did I miss? Hold on, I'm going back to see what I missed from Bobby. Or I'll just let Bobby tell me what I missed for Bobby. Oh, I'm going to take this moment while I'm breathing to say, please like, please subscribe, please friend, please comment. It helps me. Did I read for you already, Bobby? Am I missing something? I'm not sure if I missed that or did I read for you? I don't know what the hell I've done. I don't take notes. I don't keep, I don't think I did. Help me, you guys. Did I read for Bobby? Okay, I'm going to let you put your question in there or let me know if I've already done that or whatever. And I'm going to go to Pirette and then I'm going to go to Stephanie. Okay, so the first thing I saw, this is like really, well, I know that you're coming out. This is, well, okay, hold on. I got to look at this. One of the things that I want to say is a couple places here, which I find very interesting. Here, and here on these two corners. And then here, these two blue things are ears and eyes. So I do feel like what is happening here, there's actually more. There's a lot of eyes in here. What I want to say is that you're being noticed, Pirette. You are being noticed. And listen, though, listen to what you're not hearing, because I feel like you're starting to see, but you're not listening. And I do feel like this has to do with your intuition. And also, you're making a change in life. Okay, I'll give you a general. You're changing in your life. The one thing, though, that I definitely see is what's interesting is that these can look like ears, but one of them looks like a heart. And so it's about opening your heart. Don't let your heart close or shut down, which you don't have. You know what I'm meaning? Not you in your life, because you're the most loving, kind person. Be open to all possibilities as you move forward. Don't close that down, because you've had a lot. You can see there's a lot of busyness going on in this. There's a lot of energy that's moving, and you've had a lot that's gone on in your life, and you're being able to see it for what it is. The interesting thing to me are these two little hands that look like they're alien-like beings here. But this to me was about the way that you supported people in your life, the way that you were giving to other people in your life, and how important and beautiful, because this is like love and compassion and kindness, and it's really showing that they're acknowledging that love that you have given to the people that you have worked with and been with. But the interesting thing about it is that it spun off into, it was more work than you had thought it was going to be. So it wore you out. And that's very evident here. But then again, you've got two more eyes here that are saying, but we see that. We see the challenges, we see the obstacles that you've gone through, and we are acknowledging that it was a lot for you to handle, but yet you always had an openness to you, an open heart, and an open, your arms and hands were open to being able to do what it was that you could do, even though it was hard for you to do that. And they're acknowledging. The other thing that I see here too is these two things here, to me, feels to me almost like a crown that they're putting on you, acknowledging the trials and tribulations that you have overcome. It's that strength that you were able to pull out, almost like this power that came out of you to be able to, even when you didn't think you could move or go forward, that you were able to move forward even still. It also, to me, has this sense of a lot of emotion. There's a lot of emotion in this. I see that there was, like, to me, this is just like, this is a lot of energy, a lot of energy. But the interesting thing too, like down here, these look like all feathers, each individual feather, which is all about how you were carried through the experiences that you've had, was what I see in that. And yet you had all this, even and here you have a loved one right here coming through. This looks like a baby. Would you understand a baby that would have passed in your life, Pirette? It looks like a little baby, maybe a toddler, like somewhere between 2 and 5 is what it looks like. Yours is so busy, I need time to even look at this more. Would you understand a baby, Pirette? No baby. A toddler? A little kid? Not that you're having one. Doesn't feel like there's a baby coming into the family. That feels like a little one that had passed. Your nervous system, you've got to really be careful of your nervous system. Your nervous system is really on fire, and you're going to need to really pay attention to that. Going with the flow is what I feel like, because, you've had a lot happening. It's going with that flow and being able to, which is interesting because you're pretty calm, but I don't know how you are on day-to-day basis, but there's something, you've got something going on here. I see all this, like, again, that has to do with heart and energy. But to me, this is more about energy. It's more about being able to control the energy. Yeah, there's a little, I'll show you where he is. It's right here. A little baby right in here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. But he's just kind of leaning and standing there. It looks like there's someone supporting him behind him. So there looks like there was someone on the other side who received him. when he came. Do you interact with Jesus at all? Is he one of your guides or something? I feel like Jesus is here. Jesus is in the room. That sounded funny. If it's not Jesus, it's definitely a guide that's come through over here. There's a guide who's watching over and almost like protecting himself, not giving full view as he supports you as you move forward. As like, oh, look at, there's a heart right here. See the heart that's right here? Here's it kind of, I can't do it backwards. Let me do it this way. Here it goes like this, and then it comes around this way. Yeah, it's someone who's very connected to you, and there's a heart right in front of it. For you, I feel the majority of this is to know that they're watching over you, but to acknowledge that you've had a lot going on and the energy around you is still flowing and it's going to continue to flow, but it's going to flow in a way that you're being replenished. Oh, there's another heart over here. It's one on both sides. It's going to replenish you. I feel like this is all about we're acknowledging what you have been through, but yet we're bringing all these beautiful colors of life back into your life. And it's going to take some time, but there's a lot of healing that's going to happen. A lot of healing that's going to happen in this picture as well. But there's also this red has a lot to do with you working through what it is that you still need to work through. Look at these eyes. You've got so many eyes in here. Do you see the eye there? And then there's another eye over here. I'm looking at it from another perspective. The other thing that was interesting to me is this right here and how this stuck out by itself. It's almost like a wand or a staff that's above and beyond everything, which to me feels like it's that breaking away of old and bringing in the new of strength, because it's like this staff that I feel wasn't somehow supporting you, but also in your way is now gone. And you're going to move forward by having a solid staff, something that will be more secure and more solid within you. And new situations are coming in your life. Like, I don't feel like this is, oh yeah, new things are coming. This is like they're coming fast. Like change is going to happen fast. And being able to, I see travel, being able to travel freely. And it feels to me going to more of a exotic tropical place where there would be really beautiful, like colorful fish. And I don't know if you live next to something like that, but the more colorful fish, more tropical environment. And it feels to me that in this chaos that may look like it's on the surface, there's in the backdrop a lot of tranquility and peacefulness. So coming out of that, what seems to be a lot of energy, it's all going to settle down and go into kind of a flow, a natural flow, a more natural flow. The interesting thing I have to sit with is, oh, I see. Do you have connection to it feels like the ocean, like you have a connection to the ocean. Spider-Man. Not it almost looks like crap. I see a lot of more tropical stuff in this now. That's so funny, Spider-Man. I see a crab in there. Do you have a connection to the ocean? Oh, I see. Spidey sense. How funny. Okay, you live next to it. Yeah, it's very much, it's a good place for you to be next to the ocean. 5-minute walk. That it's a really good place for you. It really does your soul well. A lot of tropical energy here that really soothes your soul. It looks like, especially the fish and the, I don't know, the breezes and the palm trees or whatever, the trees that blow seem to be important. A lot of ocean. This is a lot of, oh, too, because that would also be have to do with your emotions being all over the place as well. Because there's a lot of that more kind of chaotic energy, and then there's this really beautiful, peaceful kind of fluid energy, which is very interesting. You know, what's also interesting to me is this halfway mark. So it's almost like you're going from one phase of life to another phase of life again. There's this definite cutoff from one thing to another thing. Which if I need to sit with it more because this is very intriguing to me and I can't quite breathe into the energy of what that's all about. And this also looks like, I don't know what kind of bug of some sort as well that's coming out of it. So it's something to do with this coming out of and rebirthing, redoing, rechanging, rebeing. What's also, oh, look it. Oh, look. That looks like a Spider-Man right there. I don't know if you can see it right here. Right there. I just saw it. I don't know if you saw that. Oh, and you're right at the wharf. Yeah, that's a good place for you. Really good place for you. The other thing, I got to sit with this. There's so much in here. I need to sit with these two things because they're like little beings, the little two red that are coming out of what's not quite a heart. It's like a inverted heart, but I can't quite in the energy make out what they're doing. They literally have head and shoulders, but yet they kind of morph into a tadpole. Oh, a tadpole though would be turning into something new as well. Okay. Interesting. Sorry, hence I digress. That's really, I'll have to do more, Pirate, and those hearts with this, like it's breathing. That's what it is. The two things that look like Jesus are breathing into that heart. Like you can see the breath coming from the mouth going into the heart, which is really interesting. Oh, and then their lungs. Oh, I see. Interesting. On one side, it's your lung breathing into your heart and giving you more breath, giving you more life, giving you more, vigor, I guess, or moving in that, breath is the breath of life, the breath of moving forward, being able to accomplish more. It feels like it comes out of the Jesus face and then the heart, and then you go into the lungs, and then you go into the heart, and then you go into the lungs. There's a lot here. And you're connecting the past and the new. So you're going to go away from the past, but you're connecting the new between the two sides. So you're creating from the past into the new. That's going to be I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. Okay, I can sit here forever. I will send you this too, Pirate, and I'll do more because there's so much here. I can't do this all. I'm going to sit here for an hour and do this. There's so much here. There's just so much energy here. I'm so intrigued by all of it. I see a fox. There's a fox there. Okay. I'm going to leave you with that, Perrette. Send me your address. I don't know if I have it. I probably do, but I don't know because I know I've sent you some before, I think. And I'll do more of a write-up for you or a recording or something because there's a whole lot in this one. A whole lot that I feel like can keep coming out. That yellow with the blue in there, it's almost like here, it's almost like it's not quite a fish, but it's over the red, right? And you can see the fins that are sitting on top of it. Oh, hold on, you guys. 1 second. I have to go get this. Thank you. I was supposed to sign for it, but he didn't want me to sign for it, so I didn't have to do that. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that. You're welcome. Sorry it wasn't deeper, but there's too much here. I'm going to have to spend time with that. Okay, where was I at? Okay, a general for Bobby and then to Stephanie. Okay, a general for Bobby. I'm getting tired. I should have done Stephanie before. I'm getting tired. I think I want these. No, I want these cards for Bobby. Bobby, what is Bobby? Let me go into Bobby's energy. I'm getting tired. Well, let's see. What's interesting, Bobby, about you is I do feel like you're very much into the woo-woo magic world, being able to use your intuition. Almost like you have a roadmap ahead of you and you know what direction you need to go intuitively as well. Like I almost feel like I don't want to say you accidentally because we don't accidentally, but that's the only word I can come up with is you accidentally go to your true north. Like you're following your true north. That's what I want to say. You're following your true north. And you doubt that from time to time of following your true north, but you actually are doing that. And yet I feel like there's times where you feel like you're off track, but you're not, is what I want to say. Because there is this sense of joy that I feel like you're not in total congruency with what is actually happening in your life, though. You don't feel like you have the clarity, or you don't feel like you have all of the truth of what you need or what you think you should have. So I feel like there's some sense of doubting, but you actually are on your true north. You are on that path that you need to be on, but you're eating at yourself. So you definitely have the mental mind that's doubting or overthinking is what I want to say, overthinking the direction that you need to go, because you really are flying in that direction, but you're holding yourself back from really going that way. Let yourself go. Let yourself just connect back to yourself. That feels really important. Yes, Stephanie. That's really, 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 I wanted to do you last, Stephanie, because I really shouldn't have. I should have done you first because now I'm getting tired, but I wanted to give you time. I wanted to have a little more time. But I feel like in the energy, I got to pull another card here. I want these cards. I think that what I'm feeling in these cards for you, Bobby, is that you're doubting yourself. And it kind of goes back to what Jacqueline was saying. You're doubting yourself, but yet you have this power and this strength to be able to make the decisions in your life that you really want to make. Like, you have the keys there, but you're not trusting the keys that you have in front of you the way that you should be. You should be trusting them more, because the universe is on your side. The universe is right there helping you, but you're doubting yourself that the universe is there. You're holding yourself back from the direction you need to go. You're trying to control the narrative, right? You're not realizing that you're completely whole, that you're together, because you really are. You have all the answers. You have what you need. You are one. But yet you're doing something mentally that's kind of like, I do it all the time. It's that going both ways. It's, the negative chat, the positive, I can't, that kind of thing, that you're having some kind of dialogue in that way, which is the challenge of what you're going through, is being able to come back to this, really knowing that you are supported and that you know where you need to go. The universe has you in their hands, and the universe is taking you there. But you're questioning it. So there's something that you can be doing, because I feel that you definitely have this connection to spirit, that you're doing this woo woo stuff, or you're doubting something that's within it. Like, you're not moving as fully forward and really reaching the peak, the tops of your being, because you're holding yourself back. You've got yourself divided and not being able to just take off and fly in the way that you want to go. So there's something that's holding you back that you need to let go of. Sorry, dropped a card, which is interesting, because the card I dropped is really what I'm coming to, is taking control of your narrative. It's taking control of the chatter that's going on in your mind. It's taking control that you know what's best for you and that you can keep moving forward. Oh, how funny. So funny. That felt very important. The true north, that true north is just really, the universe has you, though. You're doing fine. I think that you're doing a lot better. This is your challenge, right? As we all have that double-minded, doubtful of self, doubtful of what we're doing, where we're going, how we're getting there, will it work out? We all have that. So it's really having that trust that the universe has us, has everything that we need, and is giving us everything we need. If we can just mentally get out of our own mind and trying to figure it out, or take the narrative of it, oh, I know better, I'm going to do it my way, because that's truly who you are, is this, right? It's having that, the pure joy, and just being able to fly, just being able to do you. This flying isn't about literally flying. It's about you just doing you. So keep working on your true north. You have it. You know the direction you're going. Trust the universe is going to take you. Don't doubt it, because you will get there. You have what it takes to get there. Now you just have to keep moving forward in that direction and really come back. Like, this to me is the biggest stumbling block, really, is that double-mindedness, that doubt, that positive, that I can, the I can'ts. One minute I'm good, the next minute I can't. We all have that kind of dialogue that goes on in our mind. And so it's really a matter of you just letting go and just being. What is right now is what is right now. And the rest we don't have to control, or we don't have to worry about. That's what it feels like. Okay. All right, let me take a breath here. Okay, Stephanie, let's see if I can do this at this point in time. All right, so Stephanie would like to hear from her grandmother from the other side. So I need you to be, okay. Are you here, Stephanie? Okay. Let me tap into Stephanie's grandmother. So I do feel that you have two grandmothers. We all do. What I'm feeling is that you want to connect with your maternal grandmother. Is that correct? She's what I have coming forward as your maternal grandmother. Okay. And I do feel like you were very close to this grandmother. You were very, very close to her. And she's showing me that there are a lot of memories that you have together where a little child is what I feel like that you would have had memories with her. And I'm not seeing that there was anything in particular. It was just spending that time with her. She would have taken care of you when you were a baby. She would have taken care of you when you were young. I feel like you're spending a lot of time with her, and there isn't like one thing. It's like you spent a lot of time with her, is what I feel like. Would you understand that? No. Interesting. Okay. It's going to take too long with the responses. It's interesting because what I'm seeing is that there isn't one event with her. There's a lot of events with her. So she's showing me it's the overall relationship. It's not the like what I'm sensing. It's like, when you go see your grandparents for like a weekend or a day or whatever, there's a lot of time that was spent, is what I want to say. This is why this is hard. Oh, she died before you were born. Oh, now I get why she spent a lot of time with you. She didn't show me that. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. She didn't show me that. Okay, let me tap into her because what I feel like with her is that she was the kind of person who took care of her family. She loved taking care of her family. It wasn't like she had to take care of her family. She raised her family in a time where um it was what am I thinking of? I'm not thinking that well. It's that she had what am I thinking of? Hold on. It was a time when women did that as that was their job, that was their profession, right? I don't know why I'm saying it that way, but this was the structure of the time is what she's showing me. It was expected of her to do this, but that wasn't what she saw. What she saw was this was my I love doing my job. This wasn't my job. This was my family, and I really care about my family. And I believe that she would have been that kind of hands-on mother she's showing me. Like, I knew what my kids were doing. I went to school and I knew the teachers. I would pay attention to the teachers and their conversation because I feel like education was something for her to be able to teach her kids. Education was something that was important to her, that she wanted her kids to have a good education. Because I also feel like she had high expectations for them. She had three children. I feel like there's three that I'm being aware of, children with her. And would you also understand this with education? It was important for her children to be educated. Would you understand that about her as well? And her five children. Oh wow, two off. Okay, but there was three. I'm sensing girls. Were there three girls and two boys? Then I'm feeling like there's three and two. I could have the sexes wrong, but what I was feeling was the females when I was feeling the three. So there was three girls. Yes. Okay. But and you also understand though, education was it wasn't like she needed them to all go to school. It was important for them to learn. I do feel like reading was something too. I don't know if you'll know this, but reading feels like it was very important to her. And that she would have spent time reading to the kids. It's also something she's also, I don't know if you would know this. Oh my gosh, this is funny. She's making me aware of she loved to cook for the family. This was, I don't know if she loved, but she would cook for the family. But TV dinners seemed to be really important. Like, remember, I don't know how old you are, if you would remember this, but when TV dinners were like the special thing, we used to have dinner at the table, and everybody had to eat together. But when you got TV dinners, you got out your old TV trays and you get to sit in front of the TV and you get to eat. That was like a big special treat. She's showing me that happening, that there would be times where they would have dinners on the TV stands watching TV. That was like a really special thing. Do you have any knowledge of that? Oh, how sweet. Oh. Oh, that's really, that was like a really big deal. She's laughing at it because she sees today we don't do that. Like, we just eat on the couch or we wherever. We don't have like, it's like I guess what she's saying, it's like a lost art is family units having dinners together every night at the table, and how that is really important to the structure of the family is what she's saying. And that's lost, that families aren't as tight as, and I feel like family was very important to her. And also she's making me feel like she liked your dad. Would you understand? I mean, not liked, like she approved of your dad. Would you understand that? Her daughter married a good man is what she's is making me feel like. Would you understand that with her? Excuse me. I'm waiting for your answer on that one. Yeah, yeah. She feels like, yeah, I approved of him. He gets a thumbs up for me. I also feel that with her, um, her passing to me feels like it wasn't sudden. It feels like it was an illness that she would have had, but it feels like there was a lot of, and this is vague because, of course, everybody's going to feel this way, but there's something special or something significant about this, where there was a lot of sadness around her passing, and that um, it feels to me like they knew that she was going to pass, but they were shocked that she passed. It's I feel that I'm feeling both of those things with her, and that there was a lot of, I don't want to say there wasn't a lot of surprise, but it was like there was, like, she was truly missed when she passed. This was like a big blow to the family is what it feels like to me. And again, I feel like your father, she's showing me he would have done something special at her service, her funeral. There's something that he would have done, almost like a eulogy. I can't say it. Something that he's speaking about her and speaking very highly of her. Would you know about this? That she's watching him pay homage to her, and it touched her in the spirit world because she could see that he had taken this time. I'm getting the chills on that one. And I feel like there would have been people that would have been crying during it. There was that respect, I feel like, between the two of them, which to me is really significant in how she's honoring him. So also there's she is acknowledging him. So there's something going on with him. You would understand this because she's really focusing on him right now. So there's something going on with him. Would you understand this? Okay. Because she's showing me, she's making me feel I am sad. I am sad for what I'm experiencing or what I'm watching from this side. So she's acknowledging that there is something with him, and she's wanting you to be rest assured that it's going to work out in any way. It's going to be the way it's supposed to work out. So I do feel like this is some kind of health issue with your father is what she's making me aware of. Going to jail. Oh my God. Okay. But there's a health issue too, though. Are you aware of a health issue with him? Because I'm feeling like she's telling me it's going to work out. So I don't know if that's with the jail. It didn't feel like it was. Oh, he's an alcoholic. Okay, yeah, she's really showing me this is not good. That's the part that's not going to work out. She's showing me that this is not good for him. Um, um, she's wanting to acknowledge or tell you that she is watching over him because she knows that this is hard for you. Although I feel like what she's kind of implying is that this isn't a total surprise of some sort. So it's kind of like it's hard for everybody, but it isn't a surprise. Would you understand that? Because I feel like what she's saying is, I'm feeling the pain of the family. So this is definitely hurting the family in a big way. Everybody's feeling this. This is really a hard time. Yeah. And what I want to say, what she's making me aware of is that um I don't know how to say what she's making me feel. I feel like it's going to take a lot of strain and stress on the family is what she's making me aware of. And I do feel like she's showing me there's some division in the family. Yeah, it feels like there's some division though in the family. There's some one person who is not there. I don't think he's for it or against it. It feels like a man is not for it or against it, but there's some divide. There's something going on in a divide is what I'm feeling from her. Like one person that's like standing out from the rest. I don't know if you'll understand that, but and it feels like it's causing some kind of ripple situation in the family. And what she's saying is that it's going to work itself out. So don't anybody worry about it. Okay, it's going to work itself out. It's going to be okay. I'm trying to not go too far into the future with her. She's trying to bring me there. But I'm not really wanting to go there about how this will all turn out. But I do want to say that she is acknowledging and wanting you to know that while he is there, because I do feel like his health is going to be a problem while he's there, that you will hear about it, though. She's saying you will hear about it, but that you just need to really be strong because it's going to work out in the end. It's not going to be easy, but that it's going to work out at the end. But for everybody to try to be supportive of one another. And what I'm hearing her say, which does not make sense to me, is to let it go. And I don't mean let go of the situation, but let go of whatever the pain or whatever the doubt or whatever the fear, whatever that's going on in all of your minds, because you're not the only one who's concerned about this. She's showing me her daughter, your mother, is very concerned about this, but there feels to me also um, this isn't a surprise. So I'm feeling as she's saying, even though this is difficult, this isn't a surprise. So I don't know if you'll understand that, but that's what I'm sensing from her. Um, yeah, she knows that you're going to, but what she wants you to do is to try to let it go because it's only going to hurt you. He's got to go through this process, is what she's saying. He can't get out of it. Okay, I'm glad. Because I can feel there's a whole lot more to this than is right on the surface that I'm willing to talk about. But what she's wanting to say, what she's bringing me back to is your mom is a really tough woman and that she's able to handle this, even though it's going to be hard for her. She's showing me that your mom is a tough woman and she's still going to need the support because she may appear to be tough on the outside, but she's not as tough on the inside. So being able to, what she's saying is to listen, not speak. So there's something to do with listening to your mom. Don't speak because your mom is going to need to have to vent, is what she's saying. Because your mom, she's making me feel like she, as a person, when she was here in this life, she wasn't an overtalker. She would say what she had to say. Your grandmother would say what she had to say, but she wasn't an overtalker. And she's saying your mom is similar to her. Would you understand that? Like, I feel like those two were pretty similar in personalities. And so it's going to be important, what she's saying, is for your mom to be able to express herself and to be able to do it in her way. Yes. Okay. So you understand what she's saying. You just have to listen because she's not going to say what she needs to say if other people are talking, because she's going to let them talk and she's not going to say what she wants to say. So that's what she wants you to do right now, is she just wants you to remember that this is something that's happening and it's not going to change, and that you all need to band together, but that she is watching over all of you because she does respect your dad for whatever he's done. She respects your dad, and she's going to be there and she's going to support him. And he has other people in spirit that will be there with him, as well as his own team that will be there in spirit. But they're also going to be with the entire family, because this is really affecting the entire family. And she's wanting to share with you that she's acknowledging that it's happening, and that she is sending her love to all of you, not just you, but to all of you. And that in the end, it's not going to be easy, but in the end, it's going to work out in the way it's supposed to. And with that, I will send you her love. I'm very sorry that you're going through that with your father and your family. That seems like a very difficult situation, and I'm really sorry. That's really sad. And I'm glad that I waited so I can give you the time to be able to do that. And it does work when you're doing it cold like this, but it's easier when you have a voice. Anyway, you're very welcome. You are very, very, very welcome. And my thoughts will be with you, because it seems like a really, really difficult time and situation for you guys. I'm so sorry. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. I've now been on 2 hours and 10 minutes. It was fun. I'm so happy you all came. Again, please like, subscribe. If you're not subscribing on YouTube, Facebook, please like, be there, and be notified when I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know. Long story. I'll get on to it another day. All right, everybody, take care. Have a good night, and I will see you next time.